two uninhabited Pacific islands. More than 5,000 miles from the UK.
One will be inhabited by 14 British men, while a separate island will be home to 14 British women.
When pushed to the limits of human endurance,
will it be brute power or mental strength that wins the day? Who will
have what it takes to stay alive?
Tonight, we follow the men.
In Britain today, we've never been further from our hunter-gatherer origins.
Doors are opening.
But I want to know,
when stripped of everything, has modern man still got that instinct to survive? To find out, I'm marooning 14 ordinary men on a desert island.
This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. This could be the worst decision we've ever made.
This time, it'll be harder than ever.
They'll have to endure 6 weeks in the height of the harsh tropical storm season.
Bring it on, Mother Nature, I say. If this is the worst you can do.
They will be utterly alone, filming everything themselves.
We have two choices. One, we go down the 40-foot ravine. Or we keep going through this the jungle.
They'll have to find their own water and hunt for their own food.
We've just caught a prehistoric animal. You lazy bunch of bone idle!
Have these modern-day men got what it takes to survive?
That's the hardest thing I've done.
I personally don't think men are as strong now as they were, I wouldn't even say 50 years ago, even 5 years ago, because we have it too easy. The interesting question to ask, actually, is if we lost everything, what would happen to us?
Yeah, it'd be nice to think I've come off the island feeling a little bit more macho, a little bit more alpha male, a little bit more popular with the ladies.
I'm about to abandon these men on a remote Pacific island to see if they can survive. They will be utterly alone.
My eldest lad's 19, he's at university, he only needs me for money and a lift. And the youngest one's too cool to hang around with Dad. My dream is for them guys to go, that's my dad, that's fantastic, my dad did that.
I don't think I've done anything that's put myself at risk, really. But I'm scared he's sticking a graphic designer on an island with no other skills whatsoever. Anything could happen.
These 14 ordinary men do not know each other, and they have no experience of living in the wild.
At the moment, I don't enjoy day-to-day life. I've got a stressful job, I've got a newborn baby at home. I want to go out on the island to get away from the day-to-day.
I think everyone in life does take certain things for granted. Electricity when you turn on the light, having a warm shower, having breakfast. When it's not there and you wake up in the morning and go, where's the next meal coming from? It's a man test, isn't it?
Okay, guys, we're getting closer. You are very remote here. The next stop that way is New Zealand.
What I want to find out is, has all of this cushioning that civilization has experienced over the last 50 years made us totally lose touch with that survival instinct that I believe is deep within us all?
Okay, guys, I need you to be my eyes for any rocks. There are loads of rocks here.
It takes an extreme situation to find out what people are really made of. What you're about to embark on, it will be the toughest thing you will ever do. You can do this, all right? You can do it. The men's home for the next 6 weeks is an uninhabited island in a remote Pacific archipelago. The 11 kilometers of coastline is dominated by treacherous cliffs and rocky headlands. Vicious swells and powerful ocean currents means there's no easy way onto the island.
I'm going to try and get you guys as close as I can, all right? But you will end up swimming. If any of you guys are weak swimmers,
it is a good time to say.
I've never swum this distance before, not even in a swimming pool, but I will get there. I will get there. Age won't stop me doing this. It's not often in one's life someone actually challenges your morals, challenges you physically, and this does. That's why I want to do it.
Who can't swim confidently? Confident with unconfident, yeah?
Let's go.
The men must make the 75-metre swim to the island fully clothed.
Help each other, help those who are weaker. Let's go, let's go.
Strong undercurrents mean the men need to get to shore as quickly as possible.
Get in!
Doing good. Go on, mate. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, go, get out of the water. Go, go, go.
Woo! That was the damnedest thing I ever did.
Glad you did it. Oh, I couldn't have gone much further.
If that's only a taster of what you got to come, then bring it on, Mother Nature.
Hey, what are you doing?
Well, the advice is to save your own which is a bit unnerving.
With only 2 days survival training, initiative will be key.
Essentially, it's water, isn't it?
Is that your this, mate? You've got to save everything up there. Yeah,
That's what I've been told, anyway.
Save your
To drink our own I hope not.
So they look a bit like a party of drowned rats at the moment. Kind of let the chaos begin. But what I do know is when I return in 6 weeks' time, the 14 men, if there's still 14 men there, which to be honest, I doubt, the men that do remain will be changed.
It's time for me and the crew to leave. We won't be back until the end of the experiment. For the next 6 weeks, the men will have to live entirely on their own wits.
To make sure these men at least have a fighting chance of survival, I've ensured the island's got enough water, indigenous animals and vegetation on it to keep them alive.
It's teeming with wildlife.
But what they've got to have is the ingenuity to find it, catch it and kill it.
What's your name, mate?
Paul. And we're off. Paul, hello, Ross. All right.
From here on in, everything you see will be filmed by the men themselves.
Why don't we get everybody together and then we'll just all join, we'll work out something that we're going to do, and then we're all going to be heading that way, I'm assuming anyway, because it looks a little bit safer than this. It'll be dark soon.
Come on, lads, let's make use of some of this energy while we've got it.
All of the men will film, but 4 of the group are trained and experienced camera operators.
I'm Ross.
Sam.
How you doing, mate?
Who'll be living under exactly the same conditions as everyone else.
Oh, I'm like a mule horse, aren't I? The brains of a donkey.
Obviously, because we are having to film everything ourselves, we've got to cart all of like the camera gear, batteries and everything with us.
Let's get on with it. This is survival, not Good Morning Britain.
As well as the camera equipment, they'll have a medical kit, 2 jerry cans containing a day's supply of water, basic fishing equipment and a handful of tools.
Guys, how many knives do we have? Let's count them in.
3 knives, 3 machetes.
Fine. 3 knives, that's easy.
Let's all gather round in one group, guys.
I'm Barney, and I'm a paramedic from Leicester.
I'm Andy Bennett, builder from Milton Keynes.
We've got a builder, everybody.
Let's hope he's not a cowboy.
My name's Piers, I am a doctor. I'm Kyle, and I'm a website consultant.
Woo! My name's Paul. I invented the dice. I'm a construction contracts manager.
It's 4 p.m. With only 2 hours of daylight remaining, the men's priority has to be finding a safe place to shelter for the night. If they can't, they'll have to sleep rough on the jungle floor, alongside potentially deadly scorpions, snakes and caiman crocodiles.
We're assuming that the north side of the island would be nice, beachy, sandy, flat seas.
Paul thinks the group's best option is a beach.
Let's go.
And he's convinced they have time to cross the island to find one before dark.
Who else was imagining sunny beaches when they thought about coming out here?
These trees here are very sharp.
Oh! There you go. I believe it will now be referred to as the porcupine tree. Vicious.
The interior of the island is 3 square kilometres of mangrove swamp and unbroken jungle. And I know from experience that moving through dense island undergrowth is slow, exhausting work. You'll do all you can to stop you in your tracks. And often the harder you push, the harder it pushes back.
Whale, stop!
There's a snake down here. It's a boa, isn't it? Take its head off if it's a decent size, mate. Get stuck in.
Is anyone going to help me? I'm trying to carry a bag and a machete and kill a snake.
He's looking pretty aggressive. He's coiling, isn't he?
Need a long stick just to put on its head. Mind your... No, don't do that. Don't.
Listen, should we just throw this case on it?
No.
Part of me thinks, should we just leave it?
Didn't even flinch, did it?
Yeah, let's keep going.
If we don't get out of this shrub, we're going to be sleeping here tonight. It ain't safe and it's not cool.
Keep coming, we're only 100 metres away!
I keep saying it's like the beach is 100 metres away. So I'm getting a little bit pissed off because we've been walking for about miles and it's not here. Tempers are fraying.
At the back, 51-year-old builder Andy is struggling to keep up.
At the moment, it's like every man for himself. First, cut. We've not even made any ground, and we are all...
Joe, I'll Randy and help you. He's carrying a really awkward. He's got a really awkward box on his own. I know it's a ball-ache kid, but you're carrying one of the easiest things in the world as heavy as it. I know it's heavy.
I'm not pal, no, I'm not.
But it's easy.
You want to carry this bag? It's swap you now, mate, if you want.
At the front, Paul pushes on, despite the group's growing dissent.
Have we got lights in those cameras, Sam?
Bit of infrared.
How you doing, mate?
Some people ain't playing ball.
In what way? What do you mean?
Cracking on with ball, you know? We could all do that, like a hero with a machete. Come on. I know we all want to get on, but you've got to think of everybody else now. We're a team. You can't just be selfish, you know?
What was a bit of light, look. This is amazing.
I found the sea.
Yeah, to go beach! Come on! Hey, boy! Come on!
Booyah!
Beach!
Pina coladas.
That's the hardest thing I've done.
I never thought I'd be so happy to see the beach in my entire life.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Nice one, mate.
Never doubted myself. Never underestimate your own abilities.
The sun's just beginning to set, so we're just in time. And everyone is on such a high right now.
That's a whale. That's a whale.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm stood here watching the sunset and there's whales swimming past us. Pretty cool. Don't get that often, do you?
Look at that of rubbish on this beach. Has anyone found a left shoe?
Yeah, but these, I'm not too sure if I'm going to go for these.
What? Oh, you!
Bit last season.
Hey, lads, look. Found it. Pink pair. These are Look at these bad boys.
This is the male version.
The men came onto the island with just a day's supply of drinking water.
Mouthfuls.
But after yesterday's arduous trek in 34-degree heat, it's all but gone.
Tropical storm season, really there shouldn't be any shortage of water on the island, and obviously rain itself is drinkable without purification, but once it hits the ground it becomes contaminated. All sorts of bacteria and nasties there. From experience I can tell you animals aren't fussy about where they
Oh my God.
In there.
Without boiling, this rancid water would almost certainly give the men stomach cramps and diarrhea.
It's not salty, but...
I'll tell you what, I've had hangover smell better than that.
Guys, can we...
Like
why do we all kind of gather in and have some sort of conflab about what we're going to do today?
Yeah, I think that might be a very good idea, Piers.
Go on, guys, gather round.
Right, plan of action, lads.
Yeah. We 100% need to try and make a fire now.
If we don't make a fire and something to boil new water, we are going to be in bad shape by tomorrow morning.
Food is becoming a priority very quickly for a lot of people.
We're going to have to get something substantial to eat fairly soon. Right, meet adjourned.
Shall we dance, sir?
matey? Let's go.
The men decide to split up. Having eaten nothing since they arrived, the majority of the group head off to look for food, while engineer Dan and builder Andy take on the fire lighting.
It's quite a lot of pressure to get this fire going. You're down? I'm up.
Yeah.
Right. To me. Awesome.
That is not an ideal start, is it? That in one stroke. Oh, lads.
I shot my load.
Round about here, there's about 6, maybe 10 snails, yeah?
Along the coast, 47-year-old Vic has decided to put Joe, the group's youngest member, to work.
We should definitely have put some shoes on.
That might have been a wise idea, fella. Oh! Just anything. Limpets, crabs, give 'em a crack. Snails, you spot them, fella, and I'll club them. Do these snails bite? I feel still something with legs is going to come out there, innit? And nip me. Don't put your finger where you won't put your because it might get bit.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how the nearest we get to Michelin star. Will we put it on a bed of anything?
Lighting a fire has become an urgent priority. It's 34 degrees in the shade, and the men have had little to drink in the past 12 hours.
We've got no water.
None at all?
None.
I had a piss 20 minutes ago, it was like pissing lion's golden syrup. I had to push it out.
That is not viscous and clear.
No, it's definitely not.
The men are starting to show the telltale signs of serious dehydration.
Thirsty. Really bloody thirsty.
Gone out, hasn't it?
Oh.
The vultures are circling already. Look at the size of that.
Jesus.
That's prehistoric.
How about your glasses? Do you reckon we could... Can I try your glasses?
Try it, mate.
Yeah.
With their need for fire now critical, web consultant Kyle has an idea he wants to try.
We've got Andy's glasses. Just basically using the sun to focus that in one point is giving us quite a lot of heat.
Come on. Come on.
Don't think that's going to work, the old glasses.
Let go, let go.
Oh, go on, Andy, lad! Go on, stick. Get the little sticks, preparation. Where's the next one?
Where's the rest of the shit? Where's the rest of the stuff?
Sticks. Sticks.
Get up there.
Get up there, get up there.
And again, swipe right side, fellas. Swipe
No,
right
right,
side.
right, put it up, mate. Breathe it.
Go on, Andy.
Do we, have we got any more kindling bunch of burning fingers?
Blow hard, he'll go.
Come on.
Go on, Andy, big blows.
That's it. Come on, it's nearly there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Somebody else.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Twigs.
Keep going.
The little twigs.
Yeah. Twigs. Behind you. Behind you. Twigs. Slowly.
Bingo. Well done, you two.
It was Kyle that started it.
Good. Of course it was.
He showed me the way and I followed through.
That's it, we've done well. We got there.
Absolutely brilliant and well done. What a dark horse, excuse the pun. We all take it back about the IT guy.
Yes. Well done, Kyle.
After 8 hours of trying, the men finally have a fire on which to boil the stagnant water.
I'm going to drink and drink and drink until my piss runs clear.
And your verdict is?
I mean, it's almost not normal water. There's a bit of sort of pond in there.
That is top notch.
It doesn't taste like piss, does it?
It's like motorway tea.
As long as the fire stays lit, the men will have a source of safe drinking water.
Chuffed with that. Chuffed with that.
What an achievement there.
But keeping it alight during tropical storm season will be a huge challenge.
Look at that rain.
So look, like right there, tropical paradise.
Awesome.
And then
there,
oh,
it's like Waitrose and Aldi all in one picture. What I'm worried about is everyone's off doing other things, and in a minute it's going to be pissing down with rain. I actually think it'd be quite important to build a shelter for the fire.
I've not got the energy to build a shelter or anything at the moment. If I could, I would, I promise you.
A little bit worried about Andy. He seems to have separated himself from the group a little bit. When everybody's together, he walks off. He's now making a bed over there, which just seems a bit childish. Feels like he doesn't want to be part of the group.
Hey ho, got a bed. All I want to do at the moment is get some sleep. Just some, you know? I think middle age has made me boring. I've got a beautiful wife, lovely house, nice job, etc. All the stuff that most people strive to get. And yet I'm still searching for something. Perhaps all men get like that, I don't know. Perhaps I'm at a midlife crisis. I don't like myself as much as I used to, put it that way. I think I need a new adventure to put that right.
Do you want to help us get something just to cover this up, because it's going out already?
An hour before sunset,
The heavens have opened, as expected.
We've got a fire going. Yeah, but we've got to protect it. Which is brilliant. However, it is now pissing down with rain. We've got no cover over it whatsoever. We've got nowhere to sleep whatsoever. So I would say our priority is shelter. Honestly, in the politest way possible, we need to cover up this fire because it's going to go out.
without the fire, the men will have no means of purifying water to drink.
Who was doing the leaves? Is anybody getting the leaves to cover this?
That is going out in about half an hour.
Class foobar, I don't know what the correct military term is. So now we've got 1 million people trying to do 1 million things. Hopefully we'll have 1 million answers.
Charles, you
This rain is absolutely unbelievable. You don't ever see rain like this in the UK. Absolutely, completely stoking.
8 p.m, the men are still desperately trying to make a watertight shelter to save their fire.
Over and under, that's it. See if we can bend it, Bart.
In this part of the Pacific, storms can last for days and dump inches of rain in an hour.
It's a great night. Obviously, we're staying dry under the shelter that we've made. It's a good job we made it, otherwise we'd be absolutely saturated right now. The roof might need possibly a tweak or two. There is a minor bit of snagging before practical completion. It's just something simple like perhaps taking the whole thing down and redoing it. Has anyone checked on Andy? Oh, good goal. Andy!
Andy! Andy!
We've got a headlight, guys.
Andy chose to not help the group in any way, shape or form and went off on his own.
Andy's here. Vic, Andy's here under the tree.
I think Andy needs to get a little bit more involved with us all, to be honest.
It absolutely pissed down last night. Everyone was awake and everyone was just so wet through. I was sat there and I was just thinking, what am I doing here? I feel kind of pissed.
Yeah.
It's weird. I feel like I've had a couple of pints.
Can't move my legs. I've sat up, I just can't move.
Is the bed paralysed you?
Yeah.
That's great.
Completely numb from down.
6 a.m. Last night, a violent tropical storm battered the island. After a desperate struggle, the group managed to save their fire with a small temporary shelter. But the men themselves had no protection from the elements.
Video diary. I don't know what day it is. I don't know if it's day 2 or day 3. Still no sleep after getting on the island. I think I've had about, honestly, swear to God, an hour's sleep. I can't do it. I've got to think about myself now, you know?
Yeah.
I've been up all night. I'm a mess because of it.
Sleep really is critical to survival because it affects our physical and our mental health. When you get enough of it, it helps your body to recover, to heal. You process thoughts, process memories. But when you don't get enough of it, that's when you become careless. It affects your decision-making abilities, and it can even lead to depression.
Go, fella. What's up?
No, I'm struggling a bit, I think. At the moment.
With?
The mentality of it all. You know what I mean? I think you got to get yourself in like in the zone, as it were. And I'm struggling to find the zone at the moment.
I'm really worried about Joe. He's just kind of wandering around, sitting down, head in his hands. Kind of looks like he's feeling sorry for himself, really. And he's obviously missing home.
What's her name?
Charlotte. Maximum 3.
You miss her, mate, don't you?
So we made it in 2.
Yeah. Best thing that happened to me, though.
How long have you been together?
5 years. For the first time ever, since I met her, that I've gone 24 hours without speaking to her, so...
In fact, you might.
Come on, dude, hug it out. You'll be fine, mate. You'll be absolutely fine. I promise you. You'll be fine. Honestly.
If I don't have a good night's sleep fairly soon, I'm going to end up throttling someone inadvertently. I'm not joking. I'll lose my rag.
I want a bed to sleep in. No, I'm not going to get soaking wet.
The group are relying on their 2 builders, Andy and Paul, to construct a new watertight shelter. But both have a very different idea about where to put it.
We need to pick a location to build this shelter on.
Correct.
We have 2 potential locations. Andy, is your place on the beach?
Yeah. We can clear these little bits of thicket and brush easily.
Yeah.
Look, we've got a pit there for a fire pit. This is absolutely perfect camp. Job's good.
Is this is not Andy's, is it?
You're more exposed to the tides, you're more exposed to the weather, and we're going to get bitten to smithereens by sandflies.
It's not an option.
No way.
Andy's camp, it looks like it'll flood at the tidal surge. There's plastic bottles everywhere. I think we'll get bitten.
Pointless. Give me my opinion, mate. Nobody listened to me.
I would love to have come down here for Andy's sake and gone, this is brilliant, mate.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, we walked in here and I kept my mouth shut, but within 30 seconds, everyone went, are you joking?
I'm a builder. People get me in to fix anything. Customers phone me up to put their IKEA bedroom stuff together. It's not what.
With Andy's site rejected, Paul shows the men his preferred location.
Because it's elevated, this is not really going to get that wet.
It's got a fairly good canopy. We can all sleep here on the dry.
Correct. You've got a nice little breeze coming through as well.
Yeah, I like this place.
Right, what do you want me to do, Paul?
Well, what we need now, cross members.
I've bitched about Paul being a volcanic rhinoceros, but you know what? He's single-minded, but he makes clear decisions and sticks by them. And he's been right more than he's been wrong so far.
Ah! Saved. We'll be all right now. Knew there was power on the island.
How you find it?
We're a bit shocked at how
Difficult.
how difficult it's been.
We're all here doing the same.
Yeah.
We're all not sure whether we see it, boys.
Determined to boost Joe's morale and keep his mind off home, father of 3 Vic has asked him to join in with the shelter build.
It's a challenge. challenge. He'll adapt to all this quicker than any of us will. Far quicker. It's a case of making sure everybody guides everybody else in the right direction. I do firmly believe we will become an excellent team to the point of becoming almost like a tribe.
We just say, building camp at the top of a steep hill in the middle of the rainy season is the stupidest idea ever had.
A chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
I'm obviously the weakest link.
Joe, you're not the weakest link, you're just missing home. It's a natural thing to feel.
Yeah. I think some people do think I'm the weakest link, mate.
Do you think that?
I don't think
No, but I think you do.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Crikey, what's made you think that?
Day one when I met you, you've been shouting orders at me from day dot.
No.
When we're carrying stuff in and out of a jungle and I've got a really heavy rucksack on my back and you're saying, Joe, I think it's a good idea if you do this. Joe, I think it's a good idea if you do that. Now, you've not been shouting orders at anyone else, but I think you feel that I'm the youngest, therefore, naturally, you've got some authority over me. And that's been grinding on me a little bit.
Joe intimated that I'd been giving him a hard time, which I truly have only tried to be positive with everybody. I was devastated. You've been aggressive.
Tell you what.
You've been passive-aggressive, and that's not fair. All right?
He just told me I'm being passive-aggressive when we're having a laugh.
However bad your situation is, you can't wallow in negativity. You know, survival is about dogged determination, learning from your failures, and never giving up. And Churchill once said a great quote. He said, if you're going through hell, keep going.
My balls are doing the backstroke in a bucket of sand. I'm hungry, I'm tired. And all that's going through my head is, I don't self-harm at home, so why the hell am I self-harming out here?
6 a.m.
I've never been in an environment where last night you hear a thunderstorm and it's now daylight and it's still thundering and it's still raining.
Overnight, torrential rain has once again battered the island. The men have managed to protect the fire, but their spirits are low.
It is a bit mind-boggling that you can have this much rain for so long, it just keeps coming.
Yesterday, the men started work on a new shelter. But only half built, it was no match for the elements.
I massively underestimated this place, massively. I'm soaked to the skin and have been for as long as I can remember. Last night, when I got my first hunger rumble, food's playing on my mind a lot more. It's hard.
This is apocalyptic weather. It's going to threaten to wash us out of this camp.
For the third night in a row, the men have barely slept.
The positive? It's daytime. I can see how it is.
Here in the tropics, when it rains,
it's not just nice British drizzle. It's torrential. We can hardly hold a conversation. You've got to spend so much time and energy trying to keep your fire alight when you could be out there fishing or hunting or making shelters. However strong and determined, after a while, it saps you. You know, it saps your spirit in the same way it saps a life out of a fire.
I cannot face another day on here. Honestly, I can't. I'm at the stage of almost a breakdown, to be totally honest. You just can't imagine how tough it is. Unbelievable.
the island's youngest member, Joe, says he's had enough.
4 weeks I knew would be a push for me. 6 weeks I didn't think I'd ever make. The pain that I'm going to go through here, leaving the loved ones at home, Charlotte, all the rest of it.
Then why did you sign up?
I don't know.
"10 a.m. The storm finally passes. Determined to leave as soon as possible, graphic designer Joe uses the emergency satellite radio to request an evacuation boat.
I just really strongly believe that as a person, physically, mentally, and all the rest of it, I'm not going to make the rest of the time on the island.
And I've not made any rash decisions because I'm aware that you can make decisions in the heat of a moment, and I haven't. I just really fancy a margherita pizza.
Joe wants to go home. Can't believe it. He's not been here 4 days. We've not even started. He wants to go home.
Joe has agreed to stay on the island for another 24 hours before making a final decision about whether he wants to leave.
You want it up there, mark it, and then we'll cut it. Is it long enough?
No. You can go halfway then.
In the jungle, work continues on the shelter.
Can you get that any higher?
The group have persuaded Andy to help out, hoping the prospect of a dry night will encourage him to stay.
Yeah, one there.
Yeah.
And then one down here.
Right, so not there then?
Eh?
So not there then?
I didn't say to put it there.
The whole reason I said I don't want to tie a sled knot in this piece because we need to get the piece of wood in there first.
Paul is a project manager in a construction company and Andy is a builder. Them two personalities just clash because one wants to tell the other one what to do and then this one wants to tell this one what to do.
All we need to do is tie this on here, please. That's all we need to do.
Yeah, but where's the bit of wood? Because I'm not tying a knot if there ain't a bit of wood in it.
Look, that ain't going nowhere. That's the shape I want.
Andy really has a massive problem with me. Everybody's been tiptoeing around him for the past 4 days. It's just been a prick. But what can you do? Something's going to explode at some point.
Since yesterday, Andy has been hinting that he too might request evacuation from the island.
Why are you threatening to go home, Andy?
All sorts of reasons, mate.
Come on, spit us out.
No, I don't need to.
Why are you so aggressive? I'm asking you a civil question.
Yeah, you've asked me it 3 times. The first time should have been enough, then the second time, now you're asking a 4th time.
they were different questions.
And then you're calling me aggressive because I don't want to answer a question that you've asked 4 times.
I haven't asked it 4 times.
You have.
I said, why do you want to go home? You went, because I do. I went, well, give us a reason. You went, I'm not going to give you a reason.
Exactly.
I said,
so
tell
then
us
you asked again,
there must be a reason.
and then you asked again.
I didn't ask again, Andy.
You did.
What is the matter with you?
Nothing the matter with me, son. At all.
Do we wedge that there and then prop it up?
Whatever Andy wants to do. I've had enough.
Hang on. They need your expertise.
I said, stop asking me. And he carried on asking me. Unbelievable.
With the camp's 2 builders walking off the job, construction of the shelter grinds to a halt.
There's no doubt there's a lot of strong, pretty macho personalities on the men's island. And yeah, they're all trying to find their place in that pecking order. But the danger when you get these high-pressure situations like this is that the alpha males start to compete instead of cooperate. And then the danger is it blows a whole group apart.
I'm used to being in control. I'm used to being organised, everything running efficiently. It's what I do.
That ignorant wants to do it his way.
Yeah.
And he hasn't got a clue.
It makes your head, it's like it wants to implode.
Seriously, my will is a punch to the throat. He's down, gone, finished. It's over with. I walk away. Happy days. I can't do that here. Bang, done. Fat. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of bad blood in camp at the minute, largely between Paul and Andy. We've got enough on our plate in this island without alpha male winging.
I think everyone just needs to man the up, really.
I just feel like everything I do, mate, he's just there, ready to knock it down, you know, or criticise. It's like, off, you know? And if he goes, I'll stay. He's my main problem.
So, I overheard a conversation with Andy. His exact words were, if Paul leaves, that'd be good because then I will stay. I'm not dealing with that sort of immaturity. He's supposed to be a grown man. I'm not being blackmailed. I don't need to be surrounded by this immaturity. I might just have to go.
Are you thinking about
Can't bothered.
Mate, you can't go, mate. You literally can't go.
Do you think that you would regret it later on?
You will regret it.
I think I won't.
Just suck it up, mate. Lift up your skirt.
Wash the sand out of your mate.
In a disastrous turn of events, 3 men, including the island's 2 builders, are now threatening to walk.
Andy, Paul and Joe all want to leave this island. I'm amazed that they've come this far and want to give up so early.
As yet another storm hits the island, the men call a crisis meeting.
I know it sounds cutthroat, but we needed to keep as many of those guys here as we can. But for any of them to change their mind is a win.
There's been so much discussion about people leaving. My personal opinion is that we are stronger together than we are apart.
Agreed.
Joe, my hope is that you might have thought differently.
We've already done this. I've already had the chat with everyone. People have already said their thoughts. I've already said my thoughts. But on that note, I will be saying no more. I'll just be waiting for the boat to arrive and to leave. Okay?
Paul, would you just let us know how you're feeling at the moment?
I came to this island as a bit of a release, you know, to get away from my everyday life. I'm not really confrontational. I don't like having arguments with people. I'd rather just step away from the situation. The final nail in the coffin was to hear somebody say that it was good that I was going, which I thought was a bit of a shame, but in another way, it confirmed my decision. And in that case, that's why I decided to go.
If one goes, there's no point in the other going.
Right, here we go.
How we make that decision?
Here we go. This is now we're getting to the crunch bit. He segregated himself from the group from day one. We're having a discussion, he doesn't want to know. We haven't got any beds, he makes himself a bed. He goes off and sulks. Somehow that's my fault.
I've had no sleep for 4 days.
Neither has anybody. I've had nothing to eat.
You've been sleeping. Sorry, mate, you've been sleeping.
Andy, nobody's had any sleep.
As a group, no one here has had enough sleep to give them the energy to do what they've had to do the next day. So you pointing the finger at me and saying, well, you've had sleep, fine, that's your problem.
Well, I've been having a laugh up until I heard one of my teammates say they wanted me to go. I was having a right crack. Now I'm not.
In a community, not everyone gets on, and that is a fact of life, and we can't change that. So let's build our community. You and you, just keep your distance. At least we're together. We're 2 men up. We can build a shelter in a day rather than taking 2 days with 2 men down. The big strong man and the builder. You two off, then we're
See, I don't want to lose 2 builders, regardless of your characters.
We need you to stay.
I'm going to walk away, and then that would hopefully Andy can, no, listen. So Andy can enjoy his experience and hopefully thrive. Then you're not losing 2 people, are you? You're losing 1.
I'm leaving the island.
Whether Paul leaves or not.
Whether Paul leaves or not, I would rather Paul stay. He's a stronger man than me. He'll be more benefit to him. But either way, I'm sorry, I'm going.
For him to say, I'm glad he's going, good, then I'll stay, then all of a sudden he hasn't got his own way again, and it's, oh, I'm going, there's other reasons. It's immaturity, it's sulking, and it's attention seeking.
And you don't want to be scapegoat, I realise this.
Bollocks. I'm not having it. I am going off this island because I'm not being held responsible for that. End of story.